Good morning to you. Fixing Eskom, obviously a top priority, but first, for him to do anything, he really needs to sort out these developments at home, the growing group against him.
I would say yes and no in the sense that we have to look at where the economy is, because I think that's the most pressing thing at the moment. Now, as you said, he's got a choice. It's either he actually becomes the president we need, and by we I mean people outside the ANC, or he simply just falls into what has been a habit for the ANC for the last decade of infighting. So for me, those are the two alternatives he falls into. Yes, it's good that he has skipped, I think, the WEF and other functions to concentrate at home, but I think people have gone beyond that. We actually need to see action more than anything else.
But people are saying there's a realignment of the NEC, the growing calls, Mabuza, to get rid of Pravin Gordhan. How will he be able to make any decisions until he grapples with what's happening close to him?
I think that would be, does he have the art of, I think, to quote somebody, the art of the deal, the ability to go beyond that? Because if he simply just goes into that, I think, minutiae of thinking, of saying, yes, he does need to survive, we cannot lie about that. But it's an issue of saying, when he came on, his platform was, I'm going to be president of the republic for everyone. And my main strategy is to actually get South Africa back in line. Now, if he falls simply into the, I think, into the largesse of saying ANC politics, I think, yes, he could survive, he will survive, but he'll survive, I think, it'll be almost like a dwindling country. So it's an issue of saying, would you want to be president of something which is totally has exploded, or would you want to be a president of something which is new? And I think that's where we need to actually push our politics and even our discussion of saying, listen, we understand the ANC is what the ANC is, but what we're looking for is leadership. And if you're not going to give us leadership and simply concentrate on the ANC, we will move on without you guys.
I mean, you're not alone in wanting to push the conversation on, but we can't, because he doesn't. I mean, you know, he can go down two routes. He can get taken down by taking out the people who are against him, or get taken down because the country is not a success.
And I think that's what we need to actually be asking about. When he came on, I think one of the things people used to say is, this is a man who's actually got nothing to lose. Unlike previous presidents, he really does not need the state to fund his life going forward. He should have accumulated enough. So the question I always ask is, if you've really got nothing to lose, if you've accumulated enough capital, why would you care if they take you out? It's an issue of saying, how do you want to die? I always say go down swinging, and I think that's been my problem with the current president. He doesn't want to seem to go down swinging, and then in his absence of wanting to do that, you get many people who rightly say, who argue, saying, but listen, you need to do X and Y. But we need to actually put the onus on him, saying, how are you going to go down?
Exactly. I mean, that's a better legacy, isn't it, if he does go down swinging. Okay, I mean, what's supposed to happen this weekend is pushing on the January 8th statement. I mean, this is what we're going to do. This is what we need to implement into the, in the country when it comes to SOEs. What is the conversation there? What does he have to work with at this stage?
I think it's a conversation where everybody knows, where the country's economy has gone down. And I'd always like to just remind people, if they could read Treasury's report from last year, the budget review, it actually showed that from 2008, the country's actually not been producing. So there's nothing new. We all know what needs to be done. I think the analysis has been done. The key issue is, what are you going to do with the implementation? I'm one of those people who doubts that one cabinet lekgotla, one ANC lekgotla, one event changes a whole decade is wrong. We need something major, something we're going to come sitting here saying, oh, wow, we were not expecting that. If we do not get that.
And what could that be?
Truth be told, I think we need to really realign our, and it's an old story, but we really do need to align our ministries. It makes no sense we've got 4 or 5 ministries in the economic cluster that are leading the country. We actually just need one. One to simply say what is happening with the economy. And we need a second one which says, listen, our local government is a shambles. You can have all the great plans you want at national level. If our municipalities are a mess, there's nothing that's going to be done. So those are the 2 things, if you could do this year, to say, listen, here's one ministry that's going to look after the economy. That's all they're going to be doing. This will look after issues such as Eskom, which means let's make an actual decision. Are we keeping it or are we not keeping it? Because look, we've got over 257 municipalities. About 60% of them are really, and I'm being kind if I say 60%, if I'm being very liberal about it. The Auditor General always tells us what's wrong. If he could simply say, listen, yes, the Constitution could be a barrier to it, but if you can simply say, listen, we're stepping in to actually fix these municipalities. Let's not have to wait till next year we've got an election, we get into the mode of election, actually forget what are the fundamental things. A lot of those municipalities should not exist. So if you're saying what you do, I would actually cut down on a lot of municipalities. A lot of district municipalities don't actually have a role to play. We should actually have less than 100 municipalities in a country like South Africa. So you ask, well, what should be done? That's what I would do if I was president. Cut down to 100 municipalities. Actually just get 2 or 3 ministries looking after the economy. Let's actually understand what's actually happening and put things on the road. South Africans are kind.
Let's hope he's listening. TK Boy, thank you very much.